That is page 20. Boom, 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 boom. We'll get it over there so everybody can start taking a look at it. Real quick, I got to go back and just, you know, people always throw pictures into their books. I've never done this. In all of them so far, you've seen pictures of me at Dulcimer festivals, but never a picture of me with the rock band. That is a picture of me with Mojave. 2 pictures of me with Mojave back in the day at the House of Blues. For those who are always wondering, what does this whole rock band thing look like? There aren't many videos. If you look hard, you can find the videos on YouTube. All right, there's I'll Fly Away. Capo 3, all of our information there. We are still in D80 tuning. And let me go ahead and grab the 2-pager. Everyone knows this song. I don't have to grab the 2-pager. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. Both pages, as you can tell, are pretty much just going with the drone melody style. We're focusing on the melody. We're playing it against the open drone. There's a little bit where we're kind of completing the dots to create some chord stacks. You'll see in measure 7, we've got a D major chord, 404 coming out of that. And then on page 2, you see we have a partial C major chord right there at the top of the page. And that's it as far as chords go. So we have a C major chord that pops in, and we've got a D major chord. Very simple. The rest of it simply being played against the drone. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of pick through. I can't think of anything tricky going on here. And then again. Here we grab our D404, and then we get into our B part. That's where we hit our C major, and then hit the 4 again. Again, notice here we're on the middle string. Why is that? Because this is where the melody is, and if you play the melody string, you'll drown it out. What we want to hear is... That's all we're doing there. So that downbeat of measure 14, that first note there at A, that's a melody note. So that's why we don't want to go to playing the drone string, the melody string at that point. We do go to it very, very soon, the very, very next beat, second beat of the measure. But notice that we need to keep it just bass and middle string in order to preserve the melody so you can hear it. So let me go ahead and move this here. I'm going to go ahead and open this up here and show you what I'm doing. Now, if you want to do the chords, this is the C major chord. If you want to do just the melody, it's just going to go here. And again, I like going through the backing tracks with just playing the melody. It's really healthy to know where the melody is located so that you can always stack different chords against it. So find the melody where you normally play it, where it's written, and then find the melody other places. And once you're really, really feeling good about where the melody is, it's super easy then to throw in a bunch of chords. So starting off with that, and then we go... D, then up here, goes up back to our C, sometimes I like adding an extra little bit of flavor here. And that is just an inverted C major, doing the same thing that the G major would do for us in the key of D, so we can flip it over from here to there and add a little extra color. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the stuff you should know. And we are at track number 7. key is G, capo 3, 110 beats per minute. We're going 5 times through this tune. It's 3 minutes and 7 seconds. So you see, we're not going lickety-split, but we're not crawling either. And here's the thing. There are, let's see what we got. We don't have a whole bunch of drums going on here, but we do have, in this one, I want to go with a good old-fashioned bluegrass and gospel style band. So there's no drums in this, just the walking or the playing time by the bass, and lots of really good rhythmic percussive stuff that you'll be able to follow. One of the hardest things about this series, and I try and make it challenging in this way, is to have not always a nice, steady, hardcore metronome beat you can follow. Sometimes you've got a guitar in your left ear, a guitar in your right ear, and they're playing in tempo and they're doing great, but there's nothing going 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all in the style they're playing, and so you really have to listen to the groove to kind of feel what's going on with that. And so I try and do that a little bit to get you used to hearing it. The other thing I'm doing here is, in that last one you heard a lot of like pedal steel and like some other fiddles and stuff that came in playing, not melody, but they weren't just sitting in the background idly. They suddenly would come in and do counter melody and things like that. And that might throw you off at first, but the whole idea here is to kind of get you used to playing in a situation where not everybody's playing the same thing that you are. Like with Mountain Dulcimers. You can count on your Mountain Dulcimer buddies not to throw you off usually, because we're all playing the same thing. And generally in the jam, everyone's kind of playing the same thing. But you do have jams and situations where you're going to have people doing their own thing. They are definitely playing the tune, but they are not playing the melody, and they're not just playing the chords. They're doing a lot of really other intricate, interesting stuff. And you'll get used to the idea of having that go on and not have it phase you at all. But you have to hear it a lot, and you have to get used to it a lot. And that's part of why I built this series up, is to get you used to being used to working around people who are playing different instruments, different lines, all with the same purpose, to create a nice, cohesive piece of music. Even though we're all doing something different, we're all serving the song. So, with all that information here, let's rev it up, and let's take a listen to how I've got this track set up. I'll Fly Away, Disc 1. I start off very starkly here. Just bass and guitar. That's it. But the bass is doing most of the work. Listen to it. All right, so nothing in between, no interludes, no intro, no outro. It's just going to be I'll Fly Away back to back 5 times. Now, again, as you've discovered with some of the other backing tracks, it starts off real quiet, and then every time we go through the tune, things change up a little bit. Like right on the downbeat, instruments will drop out and other ones will come in. And there's a point in here where things start getting really like get up and go. When the mandolin comes in and starts playing chops, it really builds up to a crescendo. So y'all throw it up and get in there. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is disc 2 now I'm going to. 5 times through, I'll Fly Away. I've got the volume turned down here. All right, here we go. Oh, hang on. I'm not in the right place. I should be here. Let me start that over real quick. And go back. And all right, here we go. we go. Hot pickers. Two more times. Last time, here we go. Big finish. And a bit of a shave and a haircut ending for most of these 4-measure endings, just like that. I'll fly away. The final of our 4 songs this evening from Mountain Dulcimer and the band, Book 8. Brand